Hey friends, Wendie Taylor here, non-diet dietitian, creator of Finding Food Freedom and the Food Freedom Fighters membership. I'm so glad that you're joining me for this chat today. If you're joining me and you're joining me live and you hop on, just send me an emoji or give me a hey, let me know you're here and where you're from so I can see you and I can chat with you. And then also want to know that if you're catching the replay, then just comment with the hashtag replay so I can come back around later and chat with you then and answer any questions that you might have as we go through this live. So today, I want to start this off by really asking you a question. Do you ever just want to be normal when it comes to your relationship with food? Like it was maybe when we were born. Maybe you guys don't even remember a time when you felt normal. So I can guarantee you that it started out super normal for us. When we were born knowing how to breathe out our lungs. We knew how to sleep and we knew how to eat. And you guys, you still know these things. So food is so important. It's like food has such an impact on the rest of our lives. I want you to think about something socially. It's what people do all day long. So you cannot check out of eating. I mean, you must eat. It's one of those basic things that you need. You know, you don't have an option when it comes to food. You can't say, okay, for example, like alcohol doesn't serve me, I'm not going to drink anymore. Well, you can't say that about food, you know? So it's something we must keep doing to survive. And as human beings, we're going to have to keep doing this the rest of our lives. And it can have a huge impact on our health, our relationship with food. I mean, you literally ingest food in your body and it keeps your body running. It creates your health and your well-being. And it's honestly, it's an incredibly powerful tool. And so honestly, yeah, it is a big deal. I mean, this is our health and this is our life. And this is what happens when things get distorted. Food becomes a nuisance or a terror or something we dread or something we obsess about. But it can be something we love, but it can also be something we hate. This yo-yo dieting, this food obsession, losing 50 pounds, gaining 60, feeling so out of control around food, stress eating, our emotions. And it all leads to this disordered eating. So I'm really excited to jump into this topic of this feeling and this very valid feeling of wanting to feel normal. As I know that I felt this back in my crazy days, food obsession, just wanting to be normal. So I know then there's pain just in that, seeing people in the world wanting to be extraordinary. We all see people wanting to achieve big goals, wanting to become higher, better versions of themselves every day. But when you want above anything else, maybe you're just sitting there and saying, I just want to eat normal. Just as this desire to be normal. I know I hear it from you guys every day. You know, if we could just be normal like them. So if you can relate, let me know in the comments below. I think there's so many aspects of our lives that when we have this disordered relationship with food, we just don't feel normal. So we look around and we see other people enjoying life, and it's either one or two things. One, they're struggling just as much as we are. So they're sitting there not able to be present. Maybe they're uncomfortable in their clothes. Maybe they're hating their body. Or it's number two, they somehow have this incredible self-control where they can just eat something and then forget about it. Or, be out at a restaurant and maybe they don't even pay that much attention to the menu. So if you can relate to this, let me know. And if you're on the other side and, you're sitting here and you're thinking, maybe you're thinking like, those people are just better than me, right? Or if you're going crazy inside and you can't really pay attention to what's happening around you because you keep going back and you keep going back to like the chips on the table or something. And then it's really embarrassing and you're in your head about it, but you can't help yourself. So you're at this restaurant, right? So either those people feel the same way that you do, or they have some kind of amazing self-control, or they don't. That's the third. They don't. So they don't feel the same way that you do. Maybe they aren't thinking about the food or the chips on the table, or they aren't thinking about how their clothes are fitting, or maybe they aren't thinking about what they're going to eat later. Maybe they aren't thinking about how they're going to make up for this meal, or they aren't thinking about any of that. And I guess either way, it leaves us feeling broken. So because either they feel the same way that we do, or they're just dieting better than we are, or they don't feel the same way. And that leaves us feeling like incredibly broken. And you just want to feel that relief because you just want to feel normal. So like mentally, right? You're just sitting there, even with the people that you love the most. I mean, it might even be you're sitting at a table with your children, or maybe you're out on a date with somebody and you just can't be present because you're calculating things in your head. So you can't really hear what someone's saying because dessert just got brought out at the party or whatever. And you can't really listen to the conversation or lose yourself in the feeling of getting to know somebody or talk to them because there's a snack table right over there and you can't really listen and you can't really feel and have the intuition to ask your kids, or tune into your kids or what they're really saying. Like if you're having a conversation with them at dinner. So this emotional connection that we're yearning for, it's because here's the deal. We're going to eat food at some point. And I don't want you to sit there and feel like you're in your head about it, thinking like, oh my gosh, like I shouldn't have eaten this, because there's always more food coming and there's always more food that happened. So you're keeping everything in your brain and all the food that you ate and all the food that you will eat because you need to make up for eating. See, I've been there. So, and you beat yourself up like, why did I do that after you left the restaurant or after you left the party? I had such a healthy day today. Why did I go and blow it at the end of the day? Can anyone relate to this? Let me know. If I'd only not lost control at the end of the night, I would have been in calorie deficit today. Or maybe instead of gaining weight today, I could have lost weight today. Why did I go and do all that? Now what am I going to do? So then you refuse to buy new clothes because you can't ever relax because there's always something going on in your head. And it's always time to lose, right? To lose weight because you haven't gotten there yet. And you've been trying for 40 years and it hasn't happened yet. This weight that you think you need to get down to. And it's important to you and you haven't done it yet. So there's always, more work to do and you should be doing something about it right now. You should be eating in a way to lose weight, or you should not be eating in a way to lose weight, or you should be exercising as a way to lose weight, or you should be making plans to lose weight. You guys, it's exhausting. And you should be doing something. Maybe you're sitting there thinking like, I should be doing something right now because I can't relax. And there's this huge, outstanding, important project or goal, and I'm not done yet, so I can't relax. So you don't relax, and then you can't even do the things that will allow you to relax. And so you can't sit and meditate, or you can't just have a quiet moment. You can't sit and read a book, or you can't take deep breaths and calm down, because it gets even worse when you try to calm down. I've heard this. I'm not making these things up. People tell me this. The things that you try to distract yourself from the feelings. So you try to stay busy all throughout the day so you aren't distracted with food. And those things, they get really, really, really loud when you try to calm down or be quiet and sit with your feelings. And maybe you think that you always need to be trying to have something to do to overcome this problem. So we can never really mentally relax, and it makes us feel like a failure. It makes us feel broken. It makes us feel like something's not normal. And physically, you're thinking, I can't eat normally. We can't eat without trying to control food. We can't eat without thinking about what we have to do to make up for the eating we've done. So we don't just feel comfortable eating. If you can relate to that, let me know. But like I said after my last video, one of the easiest ways to be permanently heavier is to go on a diet. It's to restrict foods. So the very thing that we're trying to do to lose weight, to keep it off, the very thing is the very thing that's going to keep you stuck. And it's going to keep you there as long as you let it. So your bodies have a set point. Like, I know you might be sitting here thinking like, well, why can't I do this extremely normal thing that everyone else is doing? And everyone else seems to be doing it just fine. Well, maybe they got a lot of self-control. Maybe for a minute they can skip a day, but I doubt it. And physically, you can't just eat in a way that physically feels normal, because everything that you do has a huge consequence. So if you're sitting there thinking like, I can't have dessert and not gain weight because my metabolism is so broken. And maybe you can eat and feel comfortable in your clothing afterwards, because you know that whatever you eat is going to make you really uncomfortable for the rest of the night, or the rest of the day, or it's just going to keep you up at night, and it's going to be, honestly, it's just going to be this huge emotional roller coaster. So you don't feel comfortable in your clothing, and you can't even get a normal meal because you're afraid that you're going to gain weight. So you can't even eat the healthy thing, okay, that everyone else is eating, because you think you'll go overboard and you'll eat too much of that. So the thing that could save your life, to just eat and move forward, move on, you can't even do that. So here's the thing. You can't eat normally until you allow yourself permission to eat all the foods and forget the labels. So if this is you and you're so full of these gross, weird, empty diet foods, and you're eating all these foods that have no calories. So you continue to try to eat them to feel full. And all of these artificial sweeteners, and you're sweetening your water to this like sickening point because you're trying to feel satisfied with like something, and everything that is like no calorie, no fat, no carb. It's so important to you to lose the weight so you can finally be a normal eater, to eat normally, to eat intuitively. And maybe you're sitting there and you just want to eat beans. And maybe you just want to eat something that has actual carbs without it being a complete protein, but you can't because you haven't reached your baseline or it's not on your meal plan. So you physically feel uncomfortable eating. Your body can't handle eating without gaining weight, and you might already be developing food allergies. And you might be saying, whoa, this is so crazy. I am developing all of these food allergies now. Well, think about what you've been doing to your body, and think of the roller coaster of restricting with all these nasty diet foods. The binging and the shame, then the back to the restriction, over and over and over. It's the same cycle for years. Your body just can't handle it. So all the food allergies and the autoimmune disorders start to crop up now. And it becomes physically harder and harder to eat because the list of stuff you can have is actually getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So let's talk about being out in the world now with people socially. And you can't even say yes to things. So you can't even say, yes, I will go to the beach with you. I'm so excited, because you don't know if you're going to have a binge between now and then, or you don't know how you're going to feel in your bathing suit about your body. And you can't say yes to things because you're so terrified about your whole social life, and your whole connection is determined by food. So let's say you do say yes to things. You can't be present. So you can't go to a party. And it's tough. There's food at the party, right? And you're going to feel so incredibly obsessed, and it's going to bring even more attention to how broken you feel, and you can't go out to eat. So you can't go to a new restaurant. It doesn't have anything on the menu that you can eat because you're on the wagon right now. So you're on the wagon, so it's definitely off. If you're off the wagon, you can't go because this restaurant has so many options on the menu that you would just go crazy, that you would just order everything, and you don't want that to happen. So you just end up saying no, canceling plans, and when everyone else gets to go enjoy those relationships, and they get to go and they get to strengthen their friendships, and they get to meet new people. And so they're going out and they're going on dates, and then they get to find the love of their life. So your friends are out there moving on and having all the things that you want, and they get to have a family. So things are progressing. But you said no because of this problem with food. How many of you guys can relate to that? How many of you guys have ever stayed home, felt miserable? That then everyone else is out and you're home alone. So then you do the very thing that you were afraid of, and you turn to food. And you're all alone with the food. And this is the loneliness that you feel. So you feel so broken and abnormal, and you look around the world where people are able to go out and to be around other people. And you're probably thinking, like, how are they meeting these people and being totally present in those conversations? And they're creating loving connections, and they're able to go out and network after work and be around people, or just order something off the menu, and it doesn't even matter. They're able to be in clothes that feel good. And they've been the same size. They've been the same size forever. How do they do that? What if they got a new job promotion because they were out with other people, because they said yes? Wow, they were able to scale their business, or have more wealth and abundance to work with because they were able to go out and to make really good connections with people. So that is a social world that includes food. And I mean, look around at all these people just passing us by. So it starts with, wow, all these other people are able to find love and happiness, and I'm home with food because I'm too embarrassed to go out, and I feel afraid of what might happen if I go out. So you start with your group of friends and the people that you care about, and they pass you by. And then you say, well, okay, I'd really love a family. I really want a family. And now all those people are getting married and they're starting to have kids. And then you say, well, I'm getting to the point where I don't know if that's even possible for me. So if this is you, I hear you. And maybe you're saying, these people are out there running marathons, and you say, wow, I don't even know if that's possible for me. And you have just had more time with this disordered relationship with food, and other people they're just passing you by. And you see other people now in their golden years enjoying their wealth, their abundance, retirement, and they're spending time together, and they have grandchildren. And you're thinking, how can I possibly afford someone to take care of me when I get older? Because I'm going to have all these medical bills because of my problems that food has created, all the weight cycling over the years, all the dieting. I pushed everyone out of my life, and I don't have relationships. And how am I going to afford to pay for someone to come over to my house, or to take care of me, to help me go to the bathroom someday? These are the things that maybe have come into your head. Maybe you've thought these things before. There are all sorts of things that we see other people truly living, and we get further and further and further behind. So even if for a brief amount of time, let's say you're on track. Okay, let's say you have this newfound motivation and enthusiasm. Okay, so you're on this new diet that you think you can do. And you go to a restaurant and you special order something off the menu, and you have people go back to the kitchen just to make sure that your food is different and the oil is off of everything and all the dressings are on the side. Can anybody relate? So this doesn't have any carbs in it. And then you have all this newfound enthusiasm about your diet and you are losing weight and you're feeling so amazing about yourself. And even if you're on track or if you're off track and you're like, heck yeah, let's go out for ice cream afterwards. Okay. Whether you're off or you're on track, you have this temporary feeling that you can join the world again. But inside you still have that feeling and you still know inside how you feel. And the calculations are still running and you feel crazy and you feel messed up and you feel broken and you feel different from everyone else. And it really doesn't feel fair. So, because you have one life and you've honestly traded it for decades of dieting and you don't know how to get out, or you would have gotten out a long time ago if you could have. And I'm sure of that. So if this is you and you feel broken and you think, well, why do I have to spend my life like this? Why is it that other people are able to be normal around food and I'm not? If this is you, if you're asking yourself, what happens when we internalize those things and we say, well, it's me. Okay, it's who I am. I have this struggle with food. I've had this struggle for so long. It's just me. I'm surely broken. And that, my friends, is what has to end. It has to stop. Because no matter what we do to try to put a Band-Aid on this problem, whether it's temporarily losing weight or trying to control all of our food, inside, you still know how hard you're trying. And this is what has to end. So you need to get to a place where you feel normal. And I get it. You need to get to a place where you can sit and read a book, or you can sit and meditate, or you can be present with your kids or your boss or your best friend or your partner, your spouse. And you can say yes to these things, and through and through, because you are in there. And you can say, okay, I got the help that I needed to fix it. And now I get to feel normal. Not just try to look normal on the outside, but I truly get to feel normal again on the inside. Because when it comes down to it, if you're okay. And there's no need to try to fake it to make it, right? When you're not okay. And this is exactly why I do what I do, because there are so many women walking around feeling this way, feeling broken. And it's as simple as knowing how to heal their relationship with food, to go beyond the food and understand what's making you feel broken inside. So you can learn to feel calm again, feel peaceful, feel worthy, to love yourself. And these are the things that I get to hear from women every day. Here they are. I am addicted to food. I am an emotional eater. I don't know how to cope. That's just who I am. And after working together, these women are able to shift their identity and a feeling that they have inside where they can sit and they can have dinner with someone and they can say, oh yeah, I guess there were chips or bread on the table. But I was just so engrossed in our conversation. Honestly, I didn't even notice. And that's what's so beautiful about intuitive eating and finding food freedom. It's that you can have this experience. And you might be able to remember a time that you experienced this. Maybe you can't remember the last time when you were not obsessing about what's on the table or what you were going to order. So even better than celebrating that you're normal is realizing the contrast. And you were in a place where you could never be present, to a place now where you're present physically, mentally, emotionally. And the people across the table from you, you're there with them. And you go from knowing exactly what's in your pantry to, well, I'm not sure what's in my pantry. Let's go check it out and see. If I'm hungry, I'll have to open it up and just see what's in there, see what I have. So you're going from a place of like tracking your food all day long, to just being calm and effortless, efficient. You complete your work project instead of being in this place that you're constantly tracking your food, because you're on this app anyway all day. So you might as well like track your food. It's being able to forget about the food, being able to notice when you have those wonderful moments and those memories, being able to know what it's like to be present with people around you. And what a beautiful gift of them being able to get to know who you are. So it's being able to see what it's like to be who you truly are. What a gift and what a joy for those people that you choose to spend your time with, for your partner, your kids, for your friends, who you truly, genuinely are. Calm, steady, peaceful, able to wake up in the morning and put some clothes on and put on anything you want and actually have an excitement, a sense of style, because you get to be excited about what you're decorating or what you're featuring, what body part you want to feature today. And you don't have to be rigid with your food anymore, and you enter your day just relaxed and just normal. And it's available to everyone, because you guys, this is our natural state. And we were all born intuitive eaters. We're all born calm around food. We got to this place of disordered eating and thinking this way because I've been in this experience, you guys. I've been where you're at, to get in your thoughts. And now I'm at a calm, peaceful, joyful place. And I just want to celebrate all the women that have come into finding food freedom, that have worked with me, and now they're finding this normalcy and they get to live their lives. And I'm just so excited about celebrating with more of you guys. So if you want to learn more about intuitive eating, what the 10 principles are, and how you can apply them to your life, I want to invite you to our very first intuitive eating immersion. It's a virtual 2-day workshop to walk through the principles of intuitive eating so that you can understand really where you're at in the process and how to apply these principles to your life. And I'll go ahead and add a link in the comments below. And if you'd like to talk to me about getting help, there are ways that we can work together now. You don't have to wait till October 17th. I'll leave a description in the bio or in the comments below, and you can book a free coffee chat with me, and we can talk about your situation, because I'm here for you. And I love you guys. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. All right. Good to see you. Bye, guys.